enough hours in the day anymore. I observe the sun rise much faster than it sets, almost as if it's just sitting still in the sky in the late afternoon for a couple of hours before it starts moving down again at sunset. I've always been a day person, up and down with the sun, kind of my thing. Now I find myself up most of the night, requiring very little sleep. Apparently, I'm not the only one that's experiencing similar things. Isn't it great? You know, she's right. Our sleep habits are being messed up.
Who said that?
I know. Absolutely. The sleep habits are changing.
Wow.
Ty, you were going to say something? Sorry. Hey,
I was asking
welcome
who wrote that? To Theresa, who wrote that?
Who wrote that to you, Theresa?
I'm reading it right here in the chat in that video. The person who wrote it, his name is Sunshine On.
Sunshine On?
Yeah, he has a comment in that video.
Well,
and trying to explain about things.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's not. I was gonna say that's not one of our people. That's not one of our people. That's
I know.
That's just a random person. But there are more people coming.
It's getting worse.
Guys, I have a special announcement, okay? And this is like we're approaching our 1 year anniversary since we first got together, and we had it was you, Tom, hello, Tom Hefner, and Theresa Lynch, and myself. We got together and did our first ever hangout type deal before we even knew about Hangouts. We had a conference call. I remember doing the conference call and recording my screen, and I remember how many times, Ty, did that application crash in the browser? How many times?
At least 4 times. At least 4 times.
Yeah, and I had to put all the pieces together. I remember that, and you guys, I'm sure out there probably remember that too. Well,
I was so excited, Brian. I couldn't give up.
But you were so excited, what?
To talk to someone about the ME. I could barely shut up. I was the whole time. I was just going on and on and on and on and on. It was terrible.
I know, and I remember that you were talking about Charles Lindbergh and the Lindbergh baby.
Yeah, everything. I was talking about everything, and it was just everything was condensed down into, and I was talking very, very fast because I thought it was like a radio thing, very, very quickly.
And we have Tom here. Let's not forget we have Tom Hefner. It's his birthday. Let's wish him a happy birthday, Tom. Yeah.
Tom.
All right. Teresa's going to sing with
me.
Through
my investigative Tom is 30. Turning 30 today.
Tom is 30? Is that right?
Okay.
Ty said you're 30 today.
30. He got married. He got married in '87, but he's turning 30.
Am I older than you?
No, I think you're the same age.
Oh, okay. You're 2 years older than me.
Okay, so we got the big 5-6. All right, ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tom. Happy birthday to you. And many more. To the. Hey, wait, Tom.
Yeah.
Is your birthday an ME or is that a YOU? Hang on. Is your birthday an ME or is it a YOU?
No, it's definitely an ME.
Okay. All right. Well, it's been so nice knowing you, man.
Hey, one thing. When I shift, friends shift right along with me.
Oh yeah.
So they never know they shift. That's the beauty of it.
That is the beauty of it.
Well, that's good. That's great. If you can get it like that, that's great, right? If you get your friends shift right along with you, that's the best.
That's right, because it's the good ship lollipop, right? The friendship. The friend ship. It's a good ship lollipop. A sweet trip to the candy shop. All right.
What's that, Shirley Temple?
To a candy shop. or to the candy shop, whichever one it
To
is.
the candy shop.
I do have a Mandela. I just wanted to bounce off you. I don't know if it's real or not, but I got one. Are you ready?
Yeah, what's up?
Rhea Perlman from Cheers, the waitress from Cheers.
Yes.
Do you remember her dying or alive?
I wish I knew. Anyone else want to tackle that?
She's married to Vito, and I'm getting some people believing that she was dead, that she died of cancer, which is awfully very specific. And you know, but I don't remember her dying because I remember them together.
Walmart, you know, great value, all the letters are merged. It's losing reception in here.
Oh, okay. All right. That's another Mandela, isn't it? the letters in great value.
All the letters are merged, man. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it means some kind of unification or singularity. I don't know what it
means. Did you say true value?
That's the story they're trying to sell us.
Great value. Great values merged.
Great value. He's in Walmart.
Walmart, Wally World, yeah.
Yeah, it's great. It's great value. That's the Walmart is great value, isn't it?
Yeah, and Rhea Perlman. The answer to your question about Rhea Perlman. So she's still alive, but apparently a lot of people remember her dying at a certain year or something.
After Cheers.
Yeah. From Cheers.
That's what you're saying. Right?
Tom, do you remember Cheers? Did Rhea Perlman, did she die, or do you remember her still being alive?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. But the thing is that whole cast, that whole cast went into relative obscurity except for the bartender. They all went into relative obscurity. And I never liked the show. I never liked Cheers. I know it sounds crazy, but I never liked Cheers. Never liked Cheers. I didn't like it.
I didn't really get into it that much until I finished watching Frasier, and I was kind of bored and I needed something to watch, so I figured I watched how Frasier.
I didn't like Frasier as much as even more than I did like Cheers. Even though I know it's a popular series, I know I'm just not a big TV guy, but I know what's on. Don't get me wrong, you know what's on.
Yeah, well, like I know, like these TV shows tend to have some Mandela effects.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, sure.
I did a video on it where in Cheers they were talking about daylight savings time versus daylight saving time, what it is now. So that's critical to the Mandela effect support because it's residue.
Well, don't get me wrong. I know the characters. Like I know Woody Harrelson. I know the guy, the mailman. I know the mailman.
Yes, isn't
the old guy?
The mailman, wasn't he the voice of the dinosaur from Toys R Us? I mean, not Toy Story. I mean,
yes, Toy Story. Yes.
Yeah.
Right. I don't think he's a dinosaur. I think he's a pig. No, he's Mr. Potato Head, isn't he?
Yes.
Right. I think it's Mr. I don't know. One or the other. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But I do know the characters. I know the coach. The coach is dead. The opposite, the old guy at the bar.
Yeah.
He has passed away. There you go. I just, so I mean, I know about the show somewhat, but I didn't really watch it.
Well, I don't know if you see on the screen. Are you able to see this, Ty? We're talking about Sweet Baby Ray's Coldwell Banker or Caldwell, whatever it is. Century 21. And we have a special surprise for you that Theresa shared with me when she woke up somebody at Walmart.
I saw that. I saw it.
Yeah, so Sweet Baby Ray's, do you guys remember these letters? And I want to ask Tom especially also. Tom, are you there? Okay, I guess he's
no, he's there. He's just walking around Walmart. But the idea is that this is a Southern thing. I think Tom and you would know this.
Yeah,
you guys use barbecue sauce all the time on everything.
Trust me, I've been studying the ME very strongly since October 2016. I do not remember Sweet Baby Ray's being merged, and I've used this sauce before. I remember where I was at when I used it because one lady asked for it, and I was actually, you know those things where they invite you and your family, and you go there and they try to sell you something, like a timeshare.
Yeah, they call that a cult. They call it I'm sorry, timeshare. I thought it was a cult, but yeah.
It was a dinner where they buy you dinner and then they try to sell you in on something. I remember.
Yeah, sure.
They were trying to sell us home insulation, like a insulation barrier that keeps the sun from heating up your house too much. So anyway, so we were there, and this woman asked for Sweet Baby Ray's. So I passed it to her, but I remember looking at the bottle, and these letters were not merged like they are now. We see the A, B. We see the A, B, and the R-A-Y. Looks like actually the RA for sure, R-A.
Right.
So I guess I can trace it. The E looks messed.
What you're saying about the merging, I find this intriguing. How you got into this merging thing. What you're saying is that it's a changing of the icon. It's changing of the positioning of the letters and how they're supposed to be scripted out. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah,
that you're changing them for some.
They're supposed to be somewhat equally spaced. I know the R's they have a long tail, but they've never, in my memory, touched another letter. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do.
No. Never did, Ryan.
No. And you guys are going to...
I've been eating your sauce for a long time. I love barbecue food.
I know. I do too. If they would
she's a Southern girl. She's a Southern girl.
I wish they would spell it right. Barbecue.
I know.
Gave you a wrench. You're talking about being a mod on this page, right, Theresa?
I'm sorry, Ty, I didn't hear you.
Theresa, you were talking about Scarab giving you a wrench. You're talking about him making you a mod on his page, correct?
What's he talking about?
He's talking about you got a wrench. Congratulations.
Yes, I got a wrench.
Theresa.
I got a wrench. I woke up at 1 o'clock in the morning, and Scarab decided to give me a wrench. So I've been very thrilled about it. So yay!
Okay, now that is becoming a mod on his page. Is that what it is?
Well, Scarab is awesome, man. Hey, by the way, this is Sweet Baby Ray's.
Well, what is that?
Ray's
What
has
do you
an
mean just being a mod?
I'm really thrilled.
Right. What does it mean to get a wrench?
It's like a special thing because he doesn't give it to just anyone.
Yeah, it's a big deal to get one, right, Brian?
It's a pretty big deal for Theresa. She's super excited about it. Let's give her a hand.
Well, I think I was gonna say, is it like a moderator, becoming a moderator on his page?
I said he must like me.
I like Scarab too. He's awesome.
What?
What?
You want to talk about your special guest this Friday?
Well, I don't want to make the announcements too soon. Okay, we'll make the announcements on Wednesday or Thursday. We'll see. But yeah, we have a few special surprises, so it'll be nice for everyone.
Guys, this full moon out there is really affecting me. Like seriously, like crazy, making me hyper, making me very emotional, up and down. This blue moon, whatever you want to call the super moon, is really affecting me and my coworker at work. I want to know if it's affecting you guys.
Oh, let me tell you, I had a boatload of tickets to take care of today at work, and I had a WTF moment as well because there were two workers working at the same place. They called back to back, and they have the same first name, and yeah, their names were Sherry. So Sherry 1 calls. I call Sherry 1 and fix her issue, right? So then Sherry 2 calls me. She's parked on line 1. I answer the phone. I'm like, okay, Sherry, this is Brian, okay, from so-and-so, and I'm here to fix your problem. But wait a minute, didn't we just talk? She's like, no.
Oh, my God.
And I was like, wait a minute. So I started to question if it was deja vu or something. It was a deja vu moment. And
oh, my God.
So anyway, she says, she finally tells me that there's two Sherrys that work here, right? I'm like, what? Okay. Now it's making sense now. So thank goodness she told me that. Because the ME can really mess with you. Like, for instance, I'll give you another example. I hope you guys don't mind me telling my story here.
No, but, tell it.
Okay, I was stationed in Darmstadt, Germany, and from 2001 to 2003, and I remember I was stationed at Kelly Barracks. Kelly Barracks was spelled Kelly. Well, years later, I'm looking it up, and it was in Darmstadt, and now it's spelled. The spelling changed. Kelley Barracks, and it was located in Stuttgart.
Wow.
So I'm raging upset because now I don't even know my reality anymore. I've lost. I'm like, okay, so am I being erased out of existence here? That's what I was wondering the entire time.
I found you residue for that, Brian.
Teresa found me residue, and what had happened was, what did they do, Teresa? They turned it into what? My original barracks.
Was it like a baseball field or something?
Yeah, what happened was they closed it down and turned it into a baseball field, and then they had this other barracks that had a similar name, which was really screwing with me for a while. I couldn't figure out what was going on. But there was residue there, and then Teresa found me what she found exactly what happened. Have you guys ever experienced anything like that?
Residue for that. Like, I did a lot of research for Brian, trying to find different things that I can find for him that would help solve his mystery, so he didn't lose his mind.
Well, right. Thank you, Teresa. So for that, I'm grateful. And we'll always have a different thing in mind, so that we remember who we are, and we don't have that Mr. Smith paradox with each other. So, Ty, do you see that? Yes. Do you see on the screen there? I'm showing Coldwell Banker, 1980 up until now.
It's wrong.
I want to point out that the L now is curvy, and the W is curvy.
No, it's completely wrong. It's a different type.
Yeah,
it's never that way.
The E's are curvy right here. And then
forget the fact that it's curvy or anything. Coldwell Banker was very staid, like Connecticut, like New York. Very staid, very plain. Coldwell Banker. That's what it says. West.
I know. It looks like. Well, also I want to point out the A looks like a triangle, but I remember it. This has got to be the third. Okay, how many of you guys?
The B's are too small as well.
How many of you guys have studied? How many of you guys have studied mathematical iterations?
In what regard?
Where something changes more than once. It's an iteration. So we are going through. This looks like the third iteration, because what I'm looking at here is not only a triangle A as it was before, but it's curvy at the bottom. That curve is brand new. The A was a normal A, then the first iteration. Second iteration, it's turned into a triangle, and now it's curvy. And the A and the N merged. Also, the K has got a corner now where it shouldn't have it right there. I do remember it dipping down. The K did dip down like that, but it wasn't all like, that's just weird. It's got like a point right there.
I never even remember the K dipping down. Like I said, very staid, very plain, Coldwell Banker. That's what I remember. I mean, I did work at a bank. What do you want?
Yeah. So, and was it Coldwell or Caldwell? That's another good one.
It was Coldwell. That's right. Not Caldwell. It's Coldwell. But Coldwell. The idea is that, definitely Coldwell. But the idea is that very staid. That looks almost, like I said, Western. You'd never do that.
Why in the heck am I remembering Caldwell? I remember Coldwell Banker.
It could be. You could remember that. I don't know. Could be one of those things. You don't have to share everything in the ME.
This was actually, I want to point out, this video was actually done. Moneybag 73 actually covered this a while back. I just haven't really had much time to cover it.
Coldwell Banker is heavily in New York. You saw them all the time. Heavily advertised in New York, and that just looks completely wrong. Like, if you would submit that to me, I think it was a forgery. I mean, really,
right.
it would be a forgery to me. It'd be like, nope, there's something wrong with it. Someone's trying to get one over on us. Really. You know, if someone sent me something like that with that on the with that on the memo, I would think that is a forgery. If that would be typeface on the memo, I'd go, it's a forgery.
I'm just remembering an A right here, Caldwell Banker. What do you remember?
It just looks off to me.
Okay, another one. Look at this one.
Caldwell?
Yeah, it was called, and there's plenty of residue out there. The thing is, why if things are
what's with Century 21?
Why is there so much residue of the other world? You know what I'm saying? I know.
I don't know. That doesn't really make any sense, and that blows away what other people are saying. Without merging realities, we wouldn't have the residual proof. Now, would we? That's what I always bring up, Brian. I always bring it up. If you were right, if these other people were right, we'll prove. None.
It's almost like magnetism. You know, like a North Pole and a South Pole.
I don't think so.
It's weird how the parallel universes sort of work, or if you believe in that theory, I don't know. I think these things are being deliberately changed like magic.
No, I don't think so. In my opinion, I see where you're going with it, but in my opinion, I have to go the other direction, and it's not a devil's advocate thing. It almost acts like a spiritual anomaly. Like I said before, this thing acts almost like it knows that you know, and it likes to play around.
1971.
Sometimes. Yeah, sometimes that's definitely wrong. The C and the E never touch.
The C and the E.
The point being is that
and the N.
C and the E never touched. Yeah, no, it was never all smushed together like that. I've seen these signs 1,000 times. They're very prevalent bankers in New York and in Pennsylvania, especially. I remember.
No, I'm not sure when it changed. I would like to kick myself for not remembering when it changed.
The whole thing is touched. The whole thing is touching except for the N and the T and the U and the R. Everything's touching.
Right, except for the U and the R. So what are they trying to say? Are you what?
Oh, who cares? Who cares what they're trying to say? It's just, and I want to finish the thought, Brian. I want to finish the thought in saying that in the spiritual application, when you deal with entities, when you deal with ghosts, I always tell people, look, sometimes things notice you, them. Okay, you understand? Sometimes things notice you because you notice them. It might be the same way when we're looking at things dealing with the ME. Sometimes things change because we weren't looking for it. Does that make sense?
It very well could be that because we went looking for it. That's what happened. It changed. It started.
Right. So I don't think it's a yin yang. I don't think it's a positive negative. I think that perhaps we noticed the change. We almost like I don't want to say that we created the change because we definitely don't create the changes, but sometimes we notice something, like we see a flip. How many times have Theresa seen something flip? That it was one way and then she looked at it again and it changed. Right? It happens. It's happened to her more than once.
It happens pretty frequently. You know, we're pretty much a frequent flyer now of the flip-flops, it seems.
The flip, the flop, and then the flip back again.
Flopping, not the flipping. More of the flopping, and we hope that it'll flip back, but it's more flopping now. So
that's what's called. No, we were talking about that being the observer effect, but what else we got?
Look what the AI is doing to my system here. It keeps snapping my system to pieces whenever I'm trying to load the videos. Moneybag73 did this video April 27th, 2017. In case that changes, I'm announcing it right now. He covered Century 21. The next
even the logo's wrong. Go back to Century 21. You see how that building is done? That house with the line underneath it?
Yeah.
That horizontal, you see those lines?
Yeah.
That's not right. It was a house, no line. It was a house. It was no perpendicular line. That wasn't there. It was a house.
Yeah, it was a house.
Two lines, and then corresponding two angles. It was a house, not like that. Looks like a broken house. It's a broken house. Century 21 will give you 3 walls. You got to build the 4th. That's what it is. That's what it looks like.
Wait, I'm wondering if there's like a hidden message here because there's it seems like right here there may not be a rhyme or reason, but the R and the Y and the T and the U, they all point to a 6. Actually, the T and the Y definitely. The T and the Y point to 6, but I don't know. I'm not really sure, but Moneybags describes it. Listen to him.
Little switch in my head going off and on. I'm pretty sure that I have a stronger memory of Google having a regular E. I haven't done that video yet, but anyway, we got the slanted E. What's up with the house here? We got only supported by one column, and then you got this long line on the other side. This just looks odd.
I didn't even see the video. That's what he said. He said the same thing I did.
One logo that looks different. So this is the way. I haven't done that video off and on. I've planted like Google, the TU connection and the RY connection. But the E slanted like Google. And Google, every time I look at it.
Okay. So you get it. I didn't want to play too much copyright, but obviously. Okay, so any more comments on Century 21, guys?
No.
No.
All right, so now, the moment we've been waiting for, we have a Walmart. Theresa,
I saw this.
Did you take this picture? Who took the picture?
Oh, I'm sorry. That's embarrassing.
Did you take it?
Can we talk about it?
Yeah, you go ahead and talk about it.
Okay. So, Sunday I decided while I was grocery shopping to stroll into another department for us ladies. And I was looking for some undergarments. That's way of saying it. And I needed to have a little conversation, private matter, with one of the managers of the department to get some advice on something. And I decided to walk over to the undergarments, and I asked her if she remembered a cornucopia on the fruit of the loom. And she said, yes. I said, can I show you something? And she's like, okay. So I started showing her the logo on the particular undergarments, but she see her holding in her hand, and she was totally shocked. She said, where is the cornucopia? And I said, do you remember that? She's like, yeah. She's the manager of the department that deals with the various items that us women wear, and socks and other things along that line. And she was very shocked to find out that the cornucopia never existed, but yet she remembered it because she's a manager and has been doing it 10 years, maybe 15 years. She didn't give me exact time. She was shocked, and I do believe that I woke her up, as you see in the picture.
Yeah,
so I asked her permission to take her picture, and she said it was okay. I don't remember her name because it was kind of a strange name. I don't know if you zoom in on the tag on her, you can see it. But
still cool. It's still cool.
But she was very, very shocked when she seen the cornucopia was no longer there, or it has never existed. So,
yep. The fruit of the loom, just to confirm, the fruit of the loom in this reality or in this construct, whatever it is,
never existed.
Never existed.
Never existed. That's right. Never existed. And of course, everybody remembers the cornucopia.
I do like to wake people up, Ryan, whenever I get the chance. And usually most of the people who react are more like shocked. You get a few of them that don't want to hear it. Like, they're just like, I don't want to listen to it. They get really aggressive. But the way that I approach it is different. So I've had really good results as far as waking people up. Went into a few that are like really aggressive, but sometimes it has to do with when you guys are waking people up. Sometimes it has to do with how you approach the person and different kind of mannerisms. If that makes sense, you have to do it like in a light manner, but you have to be serious.
I see exactly what you're saying, Theresa. I have not had a whole lot of success because what happens is that Brian must go through the same thing. Must very much go through the same thing of where he says something, and of course people don't want to argue, they don't want to fight with me, so they go, oh yeah, okay, and then either they see it, but next time I see them, they don't see anything. They become Mr. Smith paradox, like they never heard it, they never knew about it, they never, It's frustrating. So I'm happy to see this reaction, Theresa. Very good shot.
Great job, Theresa. And
it is a great job.
The thing is,
thank you.
And the thing is, I think people who are not affected, it seems like they may have a weaker will, or like I don't know, maybe it's just like information overload, and they just don't want to learn anything new.
What do they call that? What do they call that?
It's like a closed mind. You know, a closed.
No, it's not closed mind. It's not closed-mindedness. It's when they challenge your belief system, and they can't handle it, and they just shut down. I like that. These people actually go, "Oh, this is wonderful." It'd be interesting, Theresa, for you to go back to the store and talk to that woman again, and see what she says about the same thing.
Yes. When you confront her again, will she remember that she was?
I will find out on Sunday. I'll see if I can track her down and say, "Hey, do you remember me?" And remember the conversation we had?
We'll see if she.
I would do that. And then I would video it. I would video the whole thing. I would video it, and that would be out. There would be 100,000 views. You put the Mr. Smith Paradox would be the view. Would be Mr. Smith Paradox would be the title. Watch this woman change. Here's a picture of her before. Here's a picture of her after. Mr. Smith Paradox.
You're funny.
Ty is funny.
Hey, that's what happens.
People that are
That's what
waking up,
happens.
the ones that we can wake up easy, I think they're on the verge of waking up anyhow. We just kind of need to give them a little nudge. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Just like a year ago before I woke up, I needed a nudge to wake up. I already knew before I woke up when I try to explain this to people, I call it my free awakening. I already knew there was something wrong, and I wish Brian would have been around when I had my free awakening, like, "Hey, Theresa, this, that." I would have gone along with it. I would probably have been like, "Are you sure?" Blah, blah, blah. And then when you started showing me proof, there was no denying it. And I knew before I woke up that there was something wrong. And I think a lot of these people who are like that, they just need a nudge to finally get them to wake up, because they're like slowly waking up. And that's what we need to do, is somehow get them to the point where they're like, "Oh yeah, you're right."
I don't think so. I don't think it has anything to do with that at all. Because I've been, I can be as nice as possible, and it still ends up badly. We say what we say when we're meant to say it. I was telling Brian a conversation that I was having with an old friend of mine the other day, and I said, "Oh, I punked out," and I said, I just couldn't. Like, it wasn't time. I just couldn't. I was thinking about it, but I just couldn't. I don't know. Maybe I don't want to lose another friend. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Ty, I can't tell you how many friends I've lost, and even like I'm out there, like I'm out there in the dating world, let's say, and who knows who's watching, and
You guys were normal already before the ME on the fringe. I'm already on the fringe.
On the fringe or on the fridge?
I'm already on the fringe with Bible stuff, and you know what I mean? I'm already out there.
Yeah.
And if I come out to them about the Mandela effect, that's it. They know. The thing is that if I'm talking to them about the Mandela effect, with guys before, no joke, they're really scared because they know that I'm not joking. They know, and you see their face, they go white. They go completely white. They go, "Well, you're kidding." No, I'm serious.
Well, we know who's causing the Mandela, right?
No.
It's
Dr. They, according to
come on. According to X-Files. Yeah, today, according to the X-Files.
Hey, I'm surprised they didn't bring up the Mr. Smith complex or paradox. We should have brought it to their attention.
They don't know about it.
Well,
they don't know about it.
All it takes is a Twitter, because I actually I will tell you a story about, real briefly, how I managed to influence an episode of Big Bang Theory. And it's possible if you get enough people talking about it, maybe
that's what Lazlow was saying, and I'm not 100% upon that. I'm not, unless we're in a matrix. And I know we have some divisions of thought. Like, I was talking to Meegs, and Meegs said, oh, what do you mean you're not flat Earth? Flat Earth the entire time. We never talked about it. And, of course, you lean towards AI. You lean towards the matrix theory. You know that. That's what you mean. I'm
leaning towards simulation and matrix theory. There's an article that was submitted to me, and I'll probably be sharing it this Friday, thanks to Pamela. So it's definitely intriguing that, I mean, even if we are in a simulation, there have to be rules to go by, because that's what a simulation has, limitations, right?
What you're saying is you draw the lines to make these parallels, but I simply put like this: is anybody who thinks it's a simulation, this is what I say to them. I say, simply put, ready?
What?
Reality isn't what you think it is. Simple as that. Maybe it's not a matrix, but reality is not what you think it is, and that would be a problem. Now, wouldn't it be? That would be of course, it has the same weight as the matrix theory, but maybe reality is not what you think it is. It can be quantified as simply as we're in the matrix. If we were in a matrix, a true matrix, Brian, we wouldn't have residuals.
I know there's theories that defeat other theories. It's so weird. It's like we're so confused. We don't know what's what as far as what's causing it. And I mean, we're here to talk about it.
Matrix is very exciting. It's very exciting. It's very exciting because I still go on the spiritual. I still think there's something spiritual about it because we all share. Everyone is an empath that I've met. Everybody has these problems. Everybody has this. Everybody has very similarity. These similarities are unmistakable. They're unmistakable. And if it was completely random, we wouldn't have the similarities that we do. Residuals. We certainly wouldn't. The Mr. Smith paradox wouldn't be there. There's too many commonalities that line up from coast to coast, California to New York to Florida to Nevada.
I know it's not just in America. We have people like Candace is our person. She's in New Zealand, and she's heavily affected. And she talks a lot about the AI. We have Harold up in PA. You know,
I have a friend in Australia, and then of course I have one in Italy. They're talking about the same thing we do.
Yes, and let's not forget about our friend Need Input. He's in Japan. You know, they're everywhere.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
and took a call from them.
Who was it that said they wanted to take accountability for the 144,000? They kept stressing it. Who was that? Was that you?
Not me.
What?
Not me. The only person to take accountability for the 144 would be Lazlow.
Actually, Troy is stressing. He wants to see if possibly the Mandela affected people could be the 144,000 as mentioned in the Bible. There is a chance.
No, we couldn't be. I talked about that.
No, there's no chance. According to One Harmony, okay, he's a scientist. He said,
I don't care.
His theory is that we volunteered to stay behind to help the people to wake up. We stayed behind to help everyone else wake up, and there were people that.
Yeah, I understand what One Harmony is postulating, Brian. Harmony is postulating, and I postulated myself. I think myself in another group, and I talked with Theresa about it. I actually wrote Theresa. I told you about this months ago. Okay. But to say that we're 100, meaning to say that maybe there's another reason why we understand. Maybe we're meant to help people in the future, just like One Harmony is saying. But to tie that into being one of the 144,000 is foolish as it is ridiculous. Because 144,000 has nothing to do with the price of tea in China.
No, that's just biblical.
No, it's not. It is biblical, but it has nothing to do with us.
It's not just biblical. It has meaning to it. The 144,000 has been running through people's heads since it was first written.
I understand that, but that would be like arguing the price of tea in China during Christmas time. It doesn't mean anything.
I know.
That's the point. People are trying to find meaning where there is no meaning. This would be the equivalent of matrixing by looking at the sky in the clouds. Of course you see faces. That's what the mind does. They see faces through random patterns and shapes. However, I believe people do the same thing in trying to find meaning in me by reading the Bible.
Right, but
but I don't like is when you look at the Bible, it says 144,000 each tribe, and each one are male. There are no female, so Theresa's out, and they're all virgins. So we're all out.
Have you noticed that, Ty, that no two people see the same symbolism or this? I mean, that's why what makes us all unique. But no two people see the exact same thing. That's
we're different already. We're all unique, but the thing is that we're not going to agree upon everything, and that's for sure. We're just not. I just, I wish people would have a little bit more faith. I guess I'm trying to say. I wish people had a little bit more faith. Does that make sense?
I know what you mean. You mean faith that everything's going to be okay, or faith in Jesus Christ, or what kind of faith are we talking about?
All the way around. The thing is that the reason why we're here, I believe we're the same in this regard. Everybody that you talk to, Brian, me, Tom, Theresa, you, Troy, that we really do care about people. Meegs, we don't want people to be going through bad things. We don't want people to get having a hard time. They're really struggling at times. They're terrible, just struggling something terrible, and they can barely handle one change to the next. It's like you wake up in the morning, you read the newspaper, you see something on the news, and sometimes the Mandela effects change so rapidly. People have lost their girlfriends, people have lost their wives, people have lost the places that they live, they've lost their jobs over the Mandela effect, because it's that hard. And that's why we come together to make sure people understand, hey, guess what? You're not alone. This happens.
I know. I hate to say it, there may be a strong possibility, like Liz may have had something taken over with her. I don't know. I haven't not heard from her since that show. Yeah, so I hate to say it could be a case of the AI getting a hold of her. I don't know, but she was not. I will say she was not affected by a lot of the changes. So it is quite possible it was a Mr. Smith thing.
Maybe. Wow. No time will tell.
I know. So that's another one of those that we have to be vigilant. If
anybody's vigilant, you can be assured that we are, because we always come back together. No matter what we're doing, we always come back together, and I think that's a feat, and I think it's a real feat for resiliency, because we keep coming back together.
I know, and our team, our, and I'm not just referring to Theresa, Ty, Tom, and Melissa, Meegs. I mean, we branch out to other channels, and we reach out to try to get people to wake up and see everything. And
oh yeah, absolutely.
I've been told that our group, Ty, is under protection. That's what one Harmony said. We guys just pray, pray. Prayer and vigilance is what it's going to take. Okay. In time,
I think we'll be fine.
I know, and what's going to come of it? I think people will see that their reality is not the same as they thought it was. Kind of like what you were saying earlier, Ty. There's more than meets the eye with reality. We'll just say
more people are seeing it.
Huh?
Who's in the chat? Is anybody here?
Theresa's here. I'm here, and you're here. Tom was in Walmart, and he was affected by the.
No, in the group chat. In the group chat.
Just you and me and Theresa.
Very good. Okay, I didn't know. I knew that we were live, but I didn't know we were live. People didn't know that you were going to be on. That's what it means.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and probably close this chat. We'll do our show Friday, and I will say that one of our guests, which you all know, I'm sure, Lone Eagle, he'll be coming on. Meegs is a regular, so she'll definitely be one. Meegs B, yeah, woohoo.
Yeah, Meegs.
Yeah, she's awesome. And
am I the only one that calls her Megs?
I think
Instead of Meegs?
so. I think
I
so.
call her Megs. I don't know why. It's just what I did. I don't know.
I know. And every time you say that, it reminds me of my sister because my sister's name is Meg.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah.
What?
Don't you remember I talked to your sister?
Oh, you did? Yeah, you did. You did.
That's right. Yeah, real nice. Real nice.
Yeah, I know. She's real sweet. She's one of those. She's not affected by the ME just yet. I'm trying to wake her up slowly. Some people, you just have to wake them up slowly, or they'll go into shock.
Right. No kidding.
Like it's like jumping. It's like jumping in a pool that's really
cold water.
You know, you don't want to like.
Cold water. Yeah, they jump right back out. They don't want to deal with it. That's what happens.
Right.
If you scare someone, they're just going to jump out. That's all.
Yeah. So what you want to do is you want to wait in the water with them. Tell them it's all right. Come on in slowly. Get down further, and then there you go. Then they're comfortable in the water. So
my wife, Brian, had a hard time. My wife had a hard time, just like you're saying, jumping into the water, so to speak. And one day we went to, we happened to go to McDonald's, and there was a newspaper in front of us, and we were just getting coffee or whatever we were doing. And what's going on? She's got this look on her face. She's like, "What's wrong? You okay?" She points to the article in the newspaper. She goes, "He's dead." And I looked at it, was one of the whatever it was, Lost Boys. I think it was Corey Haim or whatever. And she goes, "He's dead." And I said, "Oh," I said, I know he's dead, but he's alive again." I said, I know. I'm sorry." She goes, she goes, "That's just not right. That's not right." I said, she was just very upset. And sometimes it hits people like that sideways, you know, where it just hits you.
Right.
That's why I think groups like this are very important, because you know, it might be a childhood memory, it might be a movie that you really like, it might be a something that you really connected with. Who knows what it is?
Yeah, I mean, we love everybody. You know, I don't bash anyone on our show. We always welcome everyone.
Oh yeah. That's what your show's about. Is you help people, of course. That's what you try to do.
We're just trying to sort through the mess. You know, my take on everything is there's been a crime scene that you know, we got everything taped off. We're doing the investigation process. That's all it is. And
right.
And there tends to be a yes, there's a vetting process. I mean, we obviously can't have, you know, people coming on here and causing mayhem, but we're willing to listen to anyone on our channel. And you know, I say our channel, it's not my channel, it's your channel. It's YouTube. It's not, you know, it's about you guys. So
that's not you guys. It's definitely Brian's channel. It's definitely Brian's channel, but we're more than happy to help out. And Brian does a lot. You know, Brian doesn't get paid for this stuff.
I don't get paid.
You can't. Brian's not going to say this himself. Brian just doesn't get paid to do the investigative work. He doesn't get paid to turn on the computer. Doesn't get paid to go live. Doesn't get paid to contact us. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that you guys don't see. Talking, researching, talking, deciding to go live, trying to track people down. Like you just saw Tom, who was just here in Walmart, and he decided to go live with us, even though he was at Walmart walking around. So really tries very hard to get people.
Well, Tom's back.
Hey,
Tom's back.
We were just talking about you. That's all good things, though.
I'm back by popular demand. That's why I'm back.
Back by popular demand.
They love me. They really love me.
You like me. You really like me.
You really like me.
Yeah, you really like me.
Sally Fields, she's the one that gained it. She gained an S. What is it? Sally Fields? Sally Fields, not Sally Field. Right? She lost
Sally Fields, whatever her. I just say whatever her name is, and then people understand me.
She lost. I think she lost the Sally Field. Sally Field. No, she did. She lost the S. And now she said she lost. You like me, right?
You like me right now. You like me is what she says.
to talk to my son Dave. He's in the car with me. Say hi to Brian and the gang, Dave.
Hi, Dave.
Hey, Dave.
Hi. This is my oldest.
Dave, it's good to meet you.
Good to see you.
Your dad's an awesome guy. Your dad is a really awesome guy.
Dad's a good guy, I'm sure you know. He's a good guy.
He is the life of the party.
We try to encourage him to be crazier, but he's just not crazy enough. You know, it's just we try for it. Oh, you hear what I said? He's crazy, but he's not crazy enough. But he's not going for it.
He's not crazy enough.
Let's go. I want to be more crazier.
Well, get ready for some action and buckle up because we're in Dorothy. We're not in Kansas anymore. You're going to see a whole lot more MEs apparently.
Yeah, apparently that's what's going on.
Because Kansas is going
you know those thunderstorm warnings that pop up on your screen and let you know there's something coming? Well, there's a Mandela effect warning or watch. Yeah. Mandela effect watch in effect.
Yeah. Uh-oh. It's a Mandela. It's a Mandela watch, you know? You might get a category 5 or 6, you know?
It's a category 6, yeah, apparently. All these 6s everywhere, right?
Yeah, category 6, right?
Theresa, are you there?
Yeah, I'm just charging my other phone.
Okay. Well, we're going to all have to recharge our batteries soon. You know, our bodies are going to need some rest. But I will guarantee you guys one thing. I will be vigilant, okay? And I want you guys all to do the same. Be vigilant and be prayerful. The two things. If it's the only two things you ever get out of this show tonight, be watchful and vigilant, and be prayerful also. So I know watchful and vigilant is basically the same thing. So yeah, be prayerful is the other one. And definitely hope to see you guys this Friday. We're going to be broadcasting on the Mandela Effect Awareness channel. And then due to my ban from
I'm back.
recording the X-Files episode. So yeah, just look for Mandela Effect Awareness YouTube channel. If you can't find it, get with me, send me an email and I'll send you the link. Okay, or I'll post it.
Give the link in your description, right?
And remember to like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe, and don't forget to like and subscribe Tom's channel as well. It's his birthday. Let's give him some more subs. All right, definitely.
Yeah,
I have a question for you.
Subs from Subway.
Come to Melissa.
About what?
Tom gets his birthday.
I've been talking to Melissa, okay? And I've not talked to Troy for now. It's been a day or so, just making sure he's okay.
Is he free?
Wait, to make sure what's okay?
Is he free? They did the dance, you know, Texas Roadhouses when they brought out your birthday, give you the song.
They give you the song and the dance for your birthday there at Texas Roadhouse. I love Texas Roadhouse.
That's good. I'm glad you're
That's my favorite place to eat.
They clap. Right? Is that what it is? They charge us $70 each day.
Guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wind it down. Do you have anything else, Ty? Ty?
I was just asking about a couple different people to see if they.
Mine again. What happened? Both ties be tight?
It's glitching out.
This guy's glitching out.
Ty, do you have anything else?
I can't hear him.
No, I'm glitching out. Sorry.
Yeah. What about you, Theresa? You got anything else?
No, I just feel this blue moon is affecting a lot of people, including myself.
Yep. Tomorrow. What is it? Tomorrow morning, guys. There's going to be a super moon. It's going to be like 14% larger, and it's a blue super moon. And isn't it blood red too?
You're gonna get 3 in 1.
Yeah, that's right. Red.
Red moon and blue moon.
It's going to be red, white, and blue, basically, right?
Ooh. So you say